see you,
buddy. To the meeting, man. You gotta come.
Oh yeah, first Tuesday.
You've been here a lot longer than I have. I'm just a novice at the black journalist.
Absolutely.
You know,
and you know what the thing about it is, they really need us. Yeah, no doubt. And I'm something.
What's that?
They need us something.
Yeah, they do.
You know, and I'm not patting myself on the back, but like, and watching these little rough people acting like
That bothers us right in there. Because when we came, he started filling us in right away what was happening. Ryan is still stand up.
Brother, how you doing? Right here, let me get my crew up in here. Famous people. You gonna take your picture, Frank? Come on,
Frank. Don't take all day.
You know how you do.
Moving over. Take all day. Go get Frank a chair.
He can feel so tight. That's all right. Okay. Here, that's a nice picture. Let's have first. Let me see how come. 1, 2, 3. One more. Hold on. We don't feel so. Y'all ready? Just a little closer.
Came all the way from up the street.
Anybody see
Keep on, that's building. We're going to continue with, they used to say you can't lose if you use the blues, so here is the blues.
Every day I have to, every day I have to. When you see me cry, baby, 'cause it's you I hate. Pack my suitcase, move on down the line. Gonna pack my suitcase, move on down the line. Ain't nobody worried, ain't
Thank you. I'd like to express my sincere appreciation for everyone's presence. I'd like to have a round of applause for our Woman of the Year, Cariol Horne. We all know that she's more than deserving for this recognition. At this time, we're going to begin the dinner. Every Wilson's going to listen to it, and as soon as he finishes, we'll start right here with the plate. Cariol Horne and her family will be the first, and then we'll go according to age. So whoever is the oldest in the crowd, they get a chance to go first. So we have to respect our elders. So at this time, we'd like to bring forth Pastor Wilson for the lesson. Thank you.
Call out the names of Johnny B. Wiley, or those people, those ancestors that fought for our whole community. And let's keep their names alive as well. So when I say Ashe, call out the names of those ancestors that fought for our whole community. Ashe. Keep calling. I know it's a whole bunch more names than that. Ambrose Lane.
Lumen Ross. Shirley Allison Buck. Beverly Gray.
Ambrose Lane.
Seymour Twig.
Emil Latimer.
Dr. Stacy.
Robert Franklin Williams. Everybody, as y'all continue to hear names, I want y'all to continue. We're going to take another 30 seconds and come up with more names. But I want everybody just to kind of come present with what happens when you hear the name. Like when I heard Lumen Ross' name, just the whole energy that came in, just seeing Brother Lumen Ross's smile and his laugh. When I heard Sister Bert's name, you know, we got to do that, everybody. So think about people's names and energy that we want to make sure that they're part of the celebration tonight. So we're going to give another 30 seconds, and we're going to call on the names of our other ancestors. Rocky Green, that's an awesome name to call for tonight.
Brother Hyman.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Loretta Winford.
So family, thank you so much for bringing forth those ancestors who lived a life in a way that we're able to sit here today collectively and celebrate the work that's going on now. So let's give a special big round of applause for all of our ancestors. In our community, we don't take it for granted that it's possible for us to not know who our God is. It's possible for us to not know who our ancestors are. There are people on the planet, orphan people, who don't even know who their God and their ancestors are, but we're fortunate. The reason why we know who our God and our ancestor is because of elders. Elders are our living libraries. They are people who keep the truth alive. They tell us who we have been. And we don't have to listen to other people who might not tell us the truth. My grandmother used to always say they call us everything but children of God. And so our elders have those real stories. And so it's really important that every time we come into a gathering, especially when we have young people that they know the people in our community who have those stories. And so we want to honor the presence of our elders today. And so we want all those people who are elders in our community who have taken the responsibility to keep the truth about who we are as a people alive, that keep taking the responsibility of connecting us to our true and living God. If you're an elder in this community, we want to honor you right now. We're going to ask you to please stand. All the elders in our community, please stand. You know who you are. Stand up, elders, please. Let us see you. Service, when it's time to go present, let's make sure young people understand that they got a question, there's a few people that they got to be listening to and guided by. We can do better than that. Let's give a big round of applause, a big thank you, a big round for all of our elders. While you're standing, elders, please request your permission to begin. With permission for it again, let's one more time say thank you out loud for our elders. Thank you. The next thing we want to do is, how was that food tonight, y'all? Brother Bill and his family, I mean, do they show out every year? You know when it's going to be a UMOJA event, it's going to be some good food, you know what I'm saying? So let's give a big hand for Brother Bill, Brother Bill's family. Thank you so much. To the food, the cooking was awesome as usual. And we don't want to take for granted, everybody. I mean, you don't like it when we do this, but we only stand up here because Brother Bill often says that the idea, the spirit came to him, it moved him to do this. And when you got an idea, the young people hear this. He said, God gives you an idea, but if you don't do nothing with it, he'll take it from you. Right? So you got a certain amount of time to move on an idea. And so he said the idea touched his heart, and all he did was be obedient. So we're here tonight because of the vision of the elder in our community who takes his time, he brings his family together to be able to have this event every year. I often ask him, you know, Brother Bill, where did you get the audacity to have a person of the year? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he has the audacity. You know what I'm saying? In our community, people don't often just come up with something to do. We see Time Magazine have a person of the year. But Brother Bill said that Buffalo's black community had the right, and he took on the responsibility of saying we have the right to have the person of the year. He did it. So everybody, we can give a big round of applause to Brother Bill. People. And thank him for the wonderful work of doing this every year. Brother Bill made sure that he wanted me to do this up front this time because we want to make sure we have enough time because I just talked to Brother Sabu. He said he was warming the stage up for me. I said he set this thing on fire, didn't he? Let's give a hand for the band. Awesome music, wonderful singing. It was treated real good tonight. Brother Bill wanted to make sure they had some time to get back up here. So here's what I got to do right up front. Right up front, I need to know how many people are going to come up here because tonight, you know, we give it.
So that whole institution is an institution built on enslavement of African people, abuse of black people, and looking at black people in particular only as property of European slave owners. So she stood up in that institution. So that whole institution is an institution built on enslavement of African people, abuse of black people, and looking at black people in particular only as property of European slave owners. So she stood up in that institution.
They decided at a point, it probably, and I don't know because I never really asked you, but it wasn't even like she thought about it. She just did it. Right. And then sisters that can stand and move and act and be, I mean, everyone here, I know we can applaud you until there's no end. But I'm here to let you know that I'm here in spirit. I'm here in support of you. And I'm here actually to feed off of you. I only hope that I can continue with the strength that you had when you had to face the adversities that you had. I'm here because of my daughter who is facing all kinds of adversities because she chose to make a decision similar to what you chose to make. And I thank you and I God bless you for all that you have done. Thank you.
And what the people didn't say is you are the first black woman firefighter. Is that right? You're the first woman firefighter. First black female firefighter in the city of Buffalo. So let's give a big hand for her. Because that wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? But she's first persevere. So thank you for your service as well. All right. Now, the next person I'm going to bring up to speak, she didn't have raise her hand to speak, but I'm going to bring her up anyway. I'm going to bring her up because I didn't know a lot of police officers as activists. You know, I was called police officer. A lot of them were coaches, and they were supporting the community. The first police officer who I perceived as an activist, I mean, who I knew even before Cariol, was Sister Justine Harris. I mean, she has, since I've been active in the community, I've seen Justine out there in the community. She has never bit her tongue. She has always stood up. And so, you know, I'm honored that she's here, and she's been in that vein of, in my experience, of her too. So let's give this sister a hand to Sister Justine Harris.
I'm sure y'all will find this unusual. I'm actually speechless.
It won't last long.
So anyway, Brother Sam. Is that better? Yeah. Okay. Brother Sam, I have to thank you because when I think I was the president of the Afro-American Police Association at that time, and I came to you because of Carol, and so you always did that, and obviously my girl Bubbles. Bubbles was the lawyer. Unfortunately, I got kicked out of the hearings. Every time they see me, I got kicked out, so I never got to see or be there to support because they see me and they're like, she got to go. But anyway, what a lot of you guys don't know is Carol has actually been groomed and actually supported me in doing things for the community. So I just want to share this one story. I don't remember what year it was, but there was a Puerto Rican girl. When I say drop dead gorgeous young lady, she was 15. She had just had a baby. Baby was like a couple of days old. And you're going to remember this. And we got a call. She was trying to get into the house to get her Medicaid card to get some, so she can get some medicine for her baby because the baby was running a fever. And the landlord just wanted to have relations with her. And so Carol and I, now that I'm retired, I can say this, we kind of threatened the man to that, you know, just to do the right thing. So sometimes you do have to do something that the department didn't like, but we went on and we helped her. They tried to bring me up on charges because what we did was we got in touch. Would just say, you know, whenever anybody have a function, come, just come, because that sends out a message to the department. And just to fast forward, if you know what's going on with Kaepernick, then you know, when you stand up as a black person, all hell will come out. And, you know, there's, obviously you all know there's a lot of stories, and Brother Sam, you're right. They will send you mice in the mail, they will send you animal tails, they will send you chopped up animals, everything to try to break you. So, Carol, I know it had to be hard without having no money, because it's easy. And I think I just want to let y'all know even though a lot of officers don't say anything, I'm not mad at them anymore because when they come after you, they come after you. And now I understand why white officers and some black officers won't stand up because they do have families. And if we don't continue to support her financially, especially financially, you will be sending them a message. Every other black officer who wants to stand up won't stand up because they'll be left hanging. And the only reason people said that I stood up is because if I got suspended, I wouldn't have worked as a registered nurse. But that wasn't the truth. It's just who you are. Right. But if you don't have something else and you don't have that community support, then they will continue to try to break you. So please, whenever they having something, come out and financially support. It sends a message to everybody, black, white, and whatever, that y'all will stand up for everybody. Okay, thank you. All right.
That's my daughter. All right. Amen. I'm very proud father. I was thinking, we had a celebration for my mom who just turned 75. And while we were there, I was thinking, if everyone participated in this for a minute, say your name. Everyone would say their name. Say your name out loud. 9 times out of 10, a woman taught you how to pronounce your name. If you can walk, think back to it. Your mother probably was, come on, do it. You learned how to walk because a woman taught you how to walk. I met a lady when I was in my teens. She was burnt over 95% of her body because the house caught on fire. She ran back into a burning house to get her child. And I was like, wow, she ran back into where most people will run out of to get her child. So I'm really not surprised when you find a woman watching a male child, even though it grows up, and to defend another human being because instinctively, you know, you tough guys. When you were a child and the dog was chasing you down the street, you never cried out for your dad. As you run, the first thing comes out of your mouth and you're screaming, Mama! Regardless of who your father was. They tell me that men in prison, tough men in prison, cry at night. And they cry out for their mother. It's something about a mother and her child. It teaches you that Jesus Christ, as he's on the cross, no mention of Joseph being there. But he looks out and he sees his mother. So, last but not least, Harriet Tubman gets to be free. And this lady goes back, risking the chance of getting caught to save other people, to save other slaves. She risked her home, her job, her income to save another human being. That's what mothers do. They don't think about it. She didn't wake up that morning and say, I'm going to be Superwoman. No utility bill, no Wonder Woman costume. That's just what women do. We live in a society, we live in a society where they teach through programming that men are the strongest of two species. Because if it was up to men, we would never have babies. We wouldn't sit on the table and push. Trust me. It would happen. But I'm honored to say, as my daughter said, that's my dad. I'm glad we have people like you. Because they say everybody's doing it, but You're the proof that everybody can do it. Yeah, there's corruption, but everybody's not corrupt. The mean cops, because every cop is mean. We got the video and showing police shooting people in the back. You would never be that police officer that would shoot a person in the back. It's an honor. It really is. It's an honor. Say that you're a mother, sister probably to somebody, and a friend to somebody. It's really nice to know that everybody is not to know.
Another good word by Pastor Wilson. Thank you, Brother Wilson. A couple people, no, that was Pastor Wilson there. I know who you is, Brother Burnett. So a couple people said they want to speak, and Brother Luther Burnett said he had to bring something critically important. So let's give a hand for Brother Burnett.
This is Horne. You've never seen me before, but I've been frustrated for years about the treatment that you received and the help from our community that you did not get. I'm tired of being frustrated. I thank Mr. Peoples for getting a group in one place that is dealing just with the issues that you've been facing. Some of the early frustrations had to do with there was nothing we could do. There was an administrative procedure. This association is going to do this. The lawyer is going to do this. Nobody's done a darn thing. I'm tired of that. I've heard an awful lot of stuff that you have done for the community, and I thank you for it. What's really bothering me is I heard some good things here tonight. What about focus? It was so amorphous all along. I couldn't get a handle on anything that I could do that would help. I don't want to leave here tonight until I find out somebody who's going to be responsible for taking all our little efforts and pooling together, because that's how we can get some stuff done. At one point I heard about people saying, retired policemen, that the mayor could have her appointed. It doesn't have to come off the civil service list. He could give her the few months that she needs to get her retirement. And that's what I would like to see available to you. Why in the world shouldn't we be able to exert enough pressure so that one person who did tremendous good for our community not have to suffer so darn much? I heard why do we allow her to go through all this without us getting together?
Right.
The focus business is what we need.
Right.
Somebody tell me before I leave here tonight, who will lead the effort? It may be Brother Robinson, Brother Peoples, but with Mr. Peoples, would you, before we leave tonight, tell this assembly what we can do to help her out? I come to this from a lot of different things. I'm a retired colonel from the U.S. Army. I'm a former president of the Juneteenth Festival. I signed the papers of incorporation to change from Juneteenth Committee to Juneteenth Corporation. I've done a few things, but this one has bothered me for, what, 10 years? How long has it been? 10 years. I've been frustrated for 10 years. Somebody relieve this frustration.
Thank you, Brother Burnett. Tonight we will get an answer to that question, and thank you for your service as well. So, Mr. Haynes, we want to give a hand to Mr. Haynes who wants to come up.
Cariol. I'm standing up here tonight because I moved to Buffalo during the ice storm in October in 2006. It happened to be just before their events that happened here. And I read in the newspaper what was happening to Cariol and what happened. It just didn't feel right. It made me feel really uncomfortable. So I went down. They had a couple of community activities, meeting with your attorney. You didn't know me. I didn't know you. Didn't know the community at that time. And I went down to, I think it was Meriwether, and we also went to another meeting place, and we were there, and everybody was saying what you should do, what should happen, what shouldn't happen. And a little bit after that, Cariol had no income. And she was struggling with the children, and she was struggling to raise her children. And it just happened that she was forced to move out of her apartment, and she moved near me, near where I lived. And we were brought back together again. And when we would go to these meetings, she lost her car. I'm not saying this to be bragging, this is just how we got together. She lost her car, and I said, "You want to ride home?" Because I lived over that way. But what happened in that car changed our lives. Because if she had to go in, and your children know what I'm talking about in those days, it was difficult. We would sit in that car for hours talking, right? We talked together for hours, woman to woman. She was telling me about her struggles, and it always seemed just so unfair. I just couldn't understand. And so I was able to, somewhat, attended all her hearings. I've gone to, when we talked down at the City Hall, we stood up and told, I was so proud of our young man, tonight. He stood up and gave a little speech, and he was how old was he, Carol? 9 years old, 7 years old, and he wrote a letter, and he asked me to stand and read his letter. And on the letter he wrote, please, I forget, I'm paraphrasing, but please help my mother, give her her job back, because if I was being choked, I wouldn't want my mother to save my life. And that was like a little song, type. And my heart was just, I cared for the children a lot, but that day was very special to me. So, and we stay in touch. She drives a rig. Did you know she's a truck driver? She took classes to become a truck driver because she could no longer be a police officer in the city. She had to leave the state, go to another state, and take classes to be a truck driver, while her children, she had some children a little bit older who were able to take care of the others. While they did that, I used to joke with her. I said, "How do you even get up in the truck? You can see how tall she is." This high, and I would worry about it like I was a mother. Like, what's she up there? She's in the truck, and she would call me something. She's on the highway, like, what are you doing out there? And I really worried about you, and I prayed for you. But sometimes, I'm saying that to say that sometimes she calls me Mom. Yeah, now. And sometimes, Mama Leslie. Sometimes, Sarah, when you spoke about doing something, sometimes it just takes standing up. Sometimes she needs us to stand next to her, beside her, for every hearing, for everything that she has. And I was sitting over there thinking, at the very least, if we each wrote, everyone in this room wrote an individual letter and send it to a variety of people, we could get their attention again, because they're losing the attention of her, I remember doing pictures at the house, but I just wanted to say, you're such a courageous woman, and you are one of my heroes.
Another hand for Mother Leslie. So I think it's just her family now, right? Oh, okay. We got one of our past awardees, Sister Carolina Wilson. Let's have Sister Carolina, and then we're gonna do something. Then we're gonna go to her family, and we're gonna call Cariol. All right.
Hello, everyone. Hotep. I'm very honored and just so happy to be here today. And I've always known Sister Carol Horne to be a very genuine, kind, loving person. Even when I would see her out in the community in her uniform, she always just showed the most respect. One of the things that I'm not even sure that you know is the man's life that you saved, I have known all my life as my Uncle June. He is my family. And so obviously I get the whole inside of the story, you know, why the police was called. Him being in a hospital, just knowing his face, he was completely unrecognizable. And having to talk and deal with his son there, thinking that we were going to lose his life because what they did to him was so brutal. And, you know, the irony of now how we see all the videos and all the social media and all the attention, you know, dealing with police brutality and the pain that the families go through. But this happened before all of that was brought to all of our attention. You know, it was like the first incident that touched me personally was right here and hit home. And you saved his life. And to know that, you know, police stick together and they protect and watch their own. And that's what you're taught and that's what you're supposed to do. And the fact that you stepped in and did something, you saved my uncle's life, and you will always be a hero to me. I don't need no news press to tell me that. I don't need no media. I know how it felt for him to be in a hospital for months, unrecognizable, not able to talk, and his whole confidence and will gone. But to think that at least he still has the breath of life, and that is because of you. You. Being an angel of God. And for me, it resonates in my spirit because if we had more people that would have the courage, the bravery, and the concern to be fearless, to react, not think about, well, if I do this, what's going to happen? Not think about if I do this, what is somebody going to say? Even what is going to happen to me? Because we know the man turned around and punched you in the face, but he could have did way worse. So you risked your life for someone else. And that is what God has given us all to do. That's God right there. That right there is like, just think if everybody had that same type of spirit, where would we be? What would be the condition of our community if we all knew that we would be willing to risk our life for someone else? Someone that she didn't even know, a stranger. He is alive because of you. And from the Mac family, which I here represent today, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. Not only did you save his life, you raised his mental condition that he had. Because you gave him the will to live for a bigger and better purpose. The issues and things he had before he no longer has because he values his life on a whole nother perspective. So I thank you for that. And I just encourage us is we need to help save her life as well. My uncle would not be here today if it was not for the strength and courage that she took. And that is what God has called all of us to do. So let us help her, whether it be financially, whether it be to encourage her, whatever it is, she shouldn't have to ask. We should just do. You don't need nobody to tell her she needs some help financially. She lost her job. So whenever we see her, we should just bless her with something. Just bless her. Send it to her. Reach out to her. Be God. Do better. Thank you.
Kalanda's right. Everybody. Cariol made a major sacrifice for us, for this community. And even if you, I don't think, is it possible for us to give her too much? No. So what we want to do is we want to stop right now, like Mr. Kalanda said,
let's just see if we can all, you know, just like they sit together, let's see if we can sit together. I mean, she lost her job. She gave me, when she left home that morning, she left home 19 years into being a police officer, less than a year away from retirement. Less than a year away from retirement. All she had to do was last another 8 months, and she could have been able to have a retirement for her children and her family for the rest of her life. From that day that she made that sacrifice, she's been suffering and struggling. Being a truck driver, you know, dealing with eviction, dealing with all kind of hardship because of the sacrifice she made. So the question is, can we make a sacrifice for her? We're going to ask everybody if you can. I know you paid to get in here, but I'm going to ask if you can. You know, join with Sister Kalab, join with me, join with us. Let's all see if we can pass the basket around. The basket's going to move that way. We can all put something in there. And I know this is kind of in the middle of the program, but even if you can't give somebody, if you just take a minute and let's all just go give her a hug, a thank you, and an appreciation. Let's put something in the basket. Let's give a thank you to Sister Cariol for her sacrifice. All right. Yeah, she had to go from the page. So, all right. So while the collection is going around that we're gonna raise from her, we'll collect it and we'll let you know when we collect it at the end of the night. It's moving around. Is there anybody? Okay, gotcha. Is there anybody who besides her family who wanted to speak who hasn't spoken? All right. Oh, okay. Come on, brother. And then we're going to take her family and then Patricia, and then we're going to bring Sister Cariol up.
Good evening, folks. Good evening. My name is Julio Harris. I read the Challenger daily, and there was a story about this young black policewoman going through her struggles, and she stepped in. Well, she didn't have to, but she stepped in and she saved his brother's life. And I'm going to tell you what she didn't know, but I already knew her story. And I was working for a service company at the time, and I happened to have a job at her house. And we just chit-chatted, and we became good friends. And along that friendship, I witnessed, even when she didn't have, but the good that she did for the community. She spread out, even though she didn't have it, she spread out. And I was attracted to her. I know her story, but I didn't want to be groupie and started. But I know her story, but she's knowing it now that I already knew her before she knew me. And I was drawn to it. And, you know, all that she's been through, and she's deserving of what's coming to her. She's deserving of it. She saved a life. A couple of months away from her pension date, and she's a beautiful spirit. She is, and she gives. And she don't have to get. She gives, and I was drawn to her. So I appreciate what she did for that man, Mr. Neil Mack, and I appreciate what she continues to do for the community. So I want all that she's granted to get, and she's a friend. From up and down, she's a friend, and I love her. I'll tell you right now, I love her for all that she does. So I salute her and I wish her well. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michael Jarrett, and when this incident happened, I wasn't living in Buffalo. I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, and I just want you to know, sister, that Rolling Out Magazine ran a long, in-depth article about what happened to you, and, you know, just put it out there, was trying to get people to do things or whatever on that end from Atlanta to here. So there was a lot of people from Buffalo. I don't know if you ever heard about it or dealt with it or anything like that, but I just wanted you to know that we had your back all the way down there. And, you know, what you did, you didn't have to do. That's obvious, but you had, well, I didn't know you only had 8 months to go. You could have backed up and said, hey, let me just ride this out, but you didn't. And for that, you know, I'm a veteran, and I know I put my life on the line before, put yours on the line, and you got it.
family. So her son, let's give a big hand for her son. Mr. Ryan, who's serving our kids now.
Alright, now we all heard the saying before that one split decision can change your life better, right? My mom made that decision. November 1st, 2006, she stopped the man from being choked. And like Mr. Justine said earlier, you know, there's a lot of officers that could have stepped up, that could have did something about it, but you know, a lot of them have families, a lot of them have like, you know, financial interest in their job or whatever, they got family support or whatnot. But, so did my mother. It's 5 of us.
Right.
5. I got 2 brothers, 2 sisters that my mom gave birth to, so you know, I never watched my mom struggle in my life until after November 1st, 2006. And it's a damn shame because my mother, being the giving person that she is, being somebody that would give you the shirt off her back, she didn't deserve to go out like that. Not at all. But you know, one thing about my mom that kind of all her kids inherited is that no matter how hard you fall, our family, oh, we bounce back even harder.
That's right.
We will bounce back. We can put you to shame because the simple fact that don't nobody got no heart bigger than my mom. We got big hearts ourselves. We will give you, like me and my brothers and my sisters, we will give you the shirt off our back. But look who we learned it from. She set the tone, and we just continue in the legacy. So, like now, I'm in the process of possibly becoming a Buffalo police officer, following my mom's footsteps. And you know, they said earlier, they need somebody to step up. You know, I'm in the Army. I'm defending this country, this so-called freedom that we got. You know, you can't even take a stand and sit down during the national anthem. But for me, being in the military, for every veteran that's in the Army right now, that's the freedom that we fought for. That's the freedom why we wear this uniform. So you can sit down, stand up, do whatever you want. That's freedom. And the simple fact that you got people that could, you know, vilify you for that is BS. My mom was vilified for doing the right thing. Brady Kayakowski was promoted for doing the wrong thing. So that goes to show that no matter what you do in this life, no matter what you do in this country, that, you know, BS was rewarded. Doing the right thing, you get in trouble, you get fired, your family struggles, but you do the wrong thing, you get promoted, you get paid. Brady Kayakowski has a pension right now, my mother don't. Because of bullshit politics in this city right now. You know what? If I get this police job, cool. That's a financial gain for me, which means it's a financial gain for my mom. Because best believe if I got it, she got it. My sister got it. My girl got it. My kids got it. And everybody that helped my mom, everybody that donated tonight, and everybody that's been there from the jump, I sincerely from my heart, thank you, because y'all kept my mom out. Y'all kept my mom up when she was down. Justine, you've been there from the jump. Bubbles, you've been there from the jump. You know, Miss Patricia, Brother Sam, all y'all been there from the jump. Brother David walked my mom to the police station, police headquarters. Come on, you didn't have to do that. Nobody had to do what they did, but everybody seen it in their heart to do the right thing for my mom. And I thank y'all and I love y'all for that. And me being her son, like, she never knew, but best believe I was pissed off watching what she was going through. 29 years old, I'm still pissed off at what she's going through. But the simple fact is, I'm in a position to continue something that she didn't get to finish. This house, she didn't get to finish it. She didn't get to finish it because of politics in the city. And the fact is, she didn't get to finish it on her own terms, and now I can continue that legacy. But you know what? If I was worried, you know, that I might not get the police job because of who my mom is. But right now, I don't even care. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Because like I said, if there's one thing we do, we bounce back hard. If I don't get this, oh, you ain't seen the last of me, just like you ain't seen the last of my mother.
Cariol Horne is going to live in this city forever. Right.
They don't have what you have. That white boy is got what you get.
I get my heart from my mom. I get my heart from my mom. I get my temper from my mom. I get my looks from my mom. I even get my height from my mom. But you know something else? All the love and support the past 10 years has really been amazing. Raivan, I don't think you get enough props because the simple fact that you took the time out your life to come all the way here from California to make sure that my mom's story got out. I really appreciate that. You know, it's been like I always been interested in getting into film too, and Raivan been helping me out. I've been helping him out, and he's been helping me out by just letting me pick his brain, let me learn. My girlfriend, you know, she kind of got mad at me a couple times, but you know, that's a girlfriend for you, future life. But you know, Raivan, definitely appreciate what you're doing. Brother Sam, I definitely appreciate everything you've done. Because even like I had to get, you know, he didn't have to do that. But the fact is, man, there's a lot of good people in this city. There's still a lot of good cops. But you know, a lot of them not going to step up for that fear of losing their financial stability. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I get it. You know, not a lot of people will make the decision that my mom made. And, you know, it's cool. It's cool. Y'all got interests to protect. But, you know, so did my mom. But the point is, she the only one that had the balls enough to step up to it. And, you know, hey, it is what it is. There's nothing for her. Because like I said, if I get this police out, my family good, especially my mom. And everybody want to tell stories about, like, you know, past stories. Like, one story in particular that I will never forget about my mom is the one Christmas, you know, I was in between jobs. And, you know, I had two of my three, right? And, you know, I was on the broke side. My mom, she had a piggy bank. We went to Tops, cashed in this piggy bank. I think it added to only about $68. So I got my kids a couple of gifts apiece, but, you know, that goes to show what type of person my mom is. She will give you her last to make sure that you're good, especially when it comes down to her kids. You know, I got my crazy aunts here, my crazy auntie. Well, that's too, but, you know, if you met my family, we some dysfunctional nuts. But we move, but if we got your back for life until you mess that up. And everybody here, you know, we all busy, we all got our lives, but you know, if there's anything I can do to help anybody out here, you know, let me know, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, Derek Middlebrook. You know, my mom, she's on Facebook, reach out to her, anything y'all need. Because y'all hear from my mom, I'll be there for y'all. I might not be able to be there all the time, of course, but hey, I really, really appreciate all of y'all, for real though. And, you know, I just thank y'all again. I know I can't stop thanking y'all enough, but, you know, it's been a struggle, 10 years. You know, and that's the second time she got fired. First time, you know, they unjustifiably fired her, gave her a job back because they knew they was wrong. Second time around, she saved somebody's life. Stopped Eric Garner from happening before Eric Garner was even thought of. So, you know, just give my mom a round of applause. I'm going to keep on bumping. But, you know, the thing is, you know, love go a long way. And I see that everybody here love my mom, and I appreciate that. So y'all have a good night, and, you know, I enjoyed that for me. I already for like the past 5 days, so that was delicious. But, you know, love all y'all. Thank y'all. And appreciate y'all.
Another big round of applause for Brother Derek. Thank you again for the service, young man. Now we're going to get ready to honor our honoree, and I'm going to ask that before we do that, that we call out everybody who's a previous award winner who was here, if you can come to the stage. We'll call out the names. There have been 13 award winners. This is the 16th year, but 2 years we celebrated the 5th and the 10th anniversary. We did not give out an award. So So I'm going to call the names of all award winners, but if you are an award winner, please come up to the stage now. First was Reverend James Hinsfield, then the Honorable Barbara Sims, Brother Pat Freeman, Mother Eva Doyle, Brother Henri Muhammad, Sister Betty Jean Grant, Brother Mark Fuller, Sister Karima Ming, myself, Sister Carmonda Wilson, Brother Charlie Fisher, Sister Sabir Muhammad, Brother Akil Kader, and now, if all those people who are past winners can come up to the stage. I see Kalanda, Mother Karima, Mother Eva. What's the baby here? Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. All right. So I see all the sisters representing. I'm standing for the brothers. So as I stand here with the previous winners, I am honored to present Brother Bill. People, if you want to come on up, Brother Bill, to give us a word. I'm honored to present the UMOJA Black Heritage Experience. UMOJA Incorporated proudly bestows upon Cariol Horne our Woman of the Year Award in recognition of outstanding courage in performing duties of a Buffalo police officer to save the life is priceless. On this day, September 11, 2016, given to us by the Creator. Let's give a big hand of applause. Y'all can go ahead and have a seat. Sister Patricia, come on up. So Sister Patricia asked to introduce Sister Cariol. Come on. She will do the introduction, then we will have Sister Cariol share whatever words she wants to share, and then we will have other people, then we'll wrap up. Come on.
Thank you, Brother Bill, for this. Sister Cariol, just saying Sister Cariol. Sister Cariol is my sister. She's a sister that I wish I could have had as a little girl growing up when I was an only child. And all of the things, I'm going to be short because we had a long time. She has to stand. But Cariol, Sister Cariol is you are one of the most courageous women I've ever met. You are a woman that if I had to say that I want to grow up and be like, it would be you. I watch you. We shared the birth of our grandchildren together. She helped me mother my own daughter, my children, and my children love her to pieces. Last time she was here, we did the whole girly sleepover thing and hung out in my room, wore our granny dresses to the store to get food. And, you know, the thing of it is that everything I heard up here tonight was so the honest to God's truth. And I hear people frustrated and mad and angry because of what has happened. But you know what? We've all come into this world with a specific and direct purpose in life. None of us come here with an arbitrary cause. We come here with a specific, direct purpose to be something, someone, to contribute to the world and the society as we know it. And this thing that has happened to you, a lot of people think it's misfortune, but the truth of the matter, this is the thing that's setting you up to break down the barriers that has been imposed upon black women, black people, women in general, all of us for years. She is breaking down the barriers. She is the person that God chose to have this honor, to have been in that situation, to be the one to stand here so that people can say she did that for us. She is the one that crossed that path, that blazed that trail for us. Cariol, you deserve deserve all that's coming. There's so much wonderful is coming. So much more is coming besides your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. You're leaving a legacy for your posterity. A legacy that people are going to be able to follow, and you have made history. Your name will be written forever. So I love you. I honor you. I thank you. I bless you. As my sister and my best friend, one of the closest people I can thank God. Welcome.
Everyone for all the support, because I think it's been 10 years. I know my voice is kind of out there. That's what I was chanting earlier. And Mother Leslie, I'll call everybody Mother. I love her, and Mother Doyle. The two people I call Mother, because nobody could ever replace my mother, who y'all call Mom. So I think all mothers, you learn a lot if you listen to your mother. My daughter Destiny, she needs to be here, listen to her mother. The point is, I really thank everybody, and then when Justine said that I was groomed, she was the one that groomed me. Because she would not let me sleep at the wheel. And Justine used to drive me crazy. Justine was always talking about racism and all the things that were going on. And I didn't have a clue because it wasn't happening to me. But the point is, regardless of whether it was happening to me or not, she was still in my ear. And I used to be like, oh my God, I gotta fight with Justine. She didn't stop. So when the time came to stand up, it was because she groomed me and she made me aware of what was going on. And from my mother's upbringing, because she taught me to basically stand up and to be honest and to be true. My sister's going to attest to that because she always said, stay prayerful. She always say, put whatever y'all going through down, and y'all stick together and y'all stay prayerful. And they drive me crazy, but we stick together regardless of whatever. I call my sister and I said, you ready? She's like, ready for what? I said, to be picked up. You got 2 minutes. She said, 2 minutes? But even so, and like my son said, we all kind of like this one, because I know it's late, right? But the point is, and Bubbles, that's another one of my girls, Trish, you know you my girls. They have been with me. I mean, there's some people here that I don't know, but I totally appreciate you being here. Brother Sam's kids, oh, I know y'all gonna be something because you're doing y'all for something great. So, just like with my son, I know y'all gonna be there. Y'all have his back. I know I'm in Georgia now. Who is he at? He said he was from Georgia. You still live in Georgia?
No, I moved back here.
I'm in Georgia now.
Oh.
But anyway, maybe you can give me some of your connects there.
Yeah, Record Playing, Rolling Out Magazine.
Well, that's okay. I'm not going to remember. I'm not going to sit here in front. You got to write that down for me. You got art, that's even better. Okay, and I have to wash my son's mouth. That was soap along with Chris. Along with Chris. Remind me to get the soap along with you. And Brother David, oh my God, he was standing in front of police headquarters while I had to go to work. And I was like, I didn't want y'all to have to do that. They were like, no, you going, we going. And they were there, and they stayed there from the time I went to work until the time that I had to go, because they forced me back before the doctor released me to go back. So I thank you, Brother David. I thank you so much. And his wife, who I said, you don't go nowhere, girl. I feel honored that you're here. It's like I wouldn't have missed it for the world. So, oh my God, like every time I look around, I see somebody got to say something. Brother Kamal. When I was getting evicted, Brother Kamal mall was looking out for me, and his situation wasn't right either, but he was looking out for me before he even looked out for himself, and that means a lot to me. That always will mean a lot to me. Oh my God, I heard a storytelling, and you know, you should come and tell us a story. I'm like really her and Baba Ing, oh my God, it was like, you know how they have like the celebrity couples? There they go. Give them a hand of applause because they are good out there with music. But I used to, when she stopped doing the stories on the radio, I was like really upset because I used to turn the radio on just to listen to see what the story was next. That's why she needs to come with me because it's really something that if you haven't heard of it will really inspire you. And Sister Betty, I think you won't leave with your head down. She was asking, what do you need? What do you need? I didn't know what her financial situation was, so as much as I did need, I wasn't going to tell her. But I really thank you for that. So I don't know if I'd rather see for the people. He feeds our body and our mind. So I don't know if you've ever been to Stay with Black Family, but that's in June of every year, right? And you should go because, like I said, he feeds your body and your mind, and his wife, wherever she is. Thank you for cooking me because that lasagna was the bomb. It was really good. So give her a hand of applause for wherever she's at. My daughter, she's cool. I love you, baby. So my daughter, she was homeless, just like, and I couldn't do anything to help her. Marion is the reason why I was late today. And that's not because she did anything wrong, but because I just was having one of the things that was not going right. So I just decided I was going to wear what I had on. She said, "You're not coming behind me looking like that." She made me change into what I was originally going to wear in the first place. And then another one. Rod Watson is written an article. And I really want to acknowledge him and thank you for that. And then I also want to say that I have found a lawyer that will take my case. All right. And he said that he's going to look at it at different angles. He had ideas that I didn't even think about. So he said, as far as he's concerned, he has one shot. And that one shot, he's giving it all he has. So let's pray on that, put all of our energies towards that. But I do believe that I will get my pension and my name cleared. Thank you.
Remember, lawyers are not free, so if we can go to that GoFundMe page to help support that. You know, Cariol is so special. She came to me before the event and she asked if we get together and give something to Brother Bill for doing UMOJA on the day that we was honoring her. So she keep on giving, even when it's her time to receive. So let's make sure we do as much as we can to make sure she gets what she deserves. And I promise you, Cariol, like I told you, way back in 2006, I believe that you are going to get your pension and we ain't going to stop until you do. So God bless you. God, we wish you the best and we're going to be with you. Whether you're in Georgia or Buffalo, we're going to keep fighting until you get your pension. Let's all give one final round of applause to Cariol.
Thank you.
take care of it. What's your attorney saying? Are you allowed to give it?
I am not.
Okay. Will he try to reopen the trial, or is he going to just take up where you left off and just for the pay for the pension?